What if I told you about a fighter jet that could take off in less than a minute, climb faster than any of its rivals, and strike with surgical precision before the enemy even realized it was there, yet was never allowed to rule the skies? This isn't a story of defeat, it's a story of brilliance buried under politics. This is the forgotten legend of the F-20 Tigershark, the real king of the sky. You're watching Wings of War, where the engines roar, the steel birds rise, and we bring you the stories of the most extraordinary fighter jets ever built. So strap in, because today, we're taking off into a story that deserved to dominate the sky. The Northrop F-20 Tigershark was born in the late 1970s, a time when the Cold War was at its peak and speed, power, and precision ruled the battlefield. The United States was already producing cutting-edge jets like the F-15 Eagle and the F-16 Fighting Falcon, but Northrop wanted to build something different, something smaller, faster, cheaper, and deadlier. A jet that any ally could fly and maintain without the immense cost of an F-16. The F-20 was meant to be the perfect fighter for nations that couldn't afford an air force of super expensive machines. But what Northrop ended up creating wasn't just affordable, it was extraordinary. Powered by the incredible General Electric F-404 engine, the same one that would later power the F-A-18 Hornet, the Tigershark was a monster in disguise. It could reach speeds over Mach 2, climb more than 50,000 feet per minute, and was combat-ready in seconds. Imagine this, an aircraft sitting quietly on a runway, and in under 60 seconds, it's in the sky, ready to fight. No jet in its class could do that. The F-20 could accelerate faster, respond quicker, and reach higher altitudes before most jets even left the ground. But what made the Tigershark truly remarkable wasn't just its speed, it was its intelligence. It carried one of the most advanced radar systems of its era, the General Electric AN/APG-67. This radar allowed the F-20 to detect and track multiple targets simultaneously, giving it eyes sharper than any predator in the sky. The avionics suite was so advanced that pilots who sat in its cockpit said it felt like the jet was reading their mind. Every control, every display, every switch was designed for instant reaction. You didn't fight with the F-20, you became one with it. The cockpit design itself was futuristic for the time, a full head-up display, advanced navigation, and an onboard computer that handled much of the complex flight data automatically. For pilots, this was a revolution. You could focus on flying and fighting rather than constantly managing systems. In an aerial dogfight, those extra seconds meant the difference between life and death. The F-20 was also built for versatility. It could carry a range of air-to-air and air-to-ground weapons, AIM-9 Sidewinders, AIM-7 Sparrows, and even precision-guided bombs. Despite being smaller than the F-15 or F-16, it packed a serious punch. With its aerodynamic design and powerful engine, it could engage multiple targets, evade radar, and return safely, all with a single pilot on board. Now picture this, a silver-gray F-20 resting on a runway at sunrise, its nose pointed toward the horizon. The pilot steps in, the canopy seals, and the engine begins to roar. Within seconds, the jet shoots forward, wheels leaving the tarmac, slicing through clouds as afterburners blaze. That moment captures the essence of the Tigershark, elegant, powerful, and unstoppable. But as with many great inventions, the F-20's story took a tragic turn. Despite its unmatched performance, the US government decided not to back it. The political winds favored the F-16, which was already gaining popularity with US allies. Northrop was left to promote the Tigershark on its own, a private company trying to sell a fighter jet without official government support. They poured millions into demonstrations, airshows, and marketing, proving time and again that the F-20 could outperform its rivals. But politics often overshadows innovation. During the early 1980s, Northrop demonstrated the F-20 in front of Air Force generals, politicians, and foreign buyers. Every test flight was flawless, quick takeoffs, smooth control, precise targeting. But then tragedy struck. In 1984 and 1985, two prototype F-20s crashed during demonstrations, killing their test pilots. The cause wasn't mechanical failure, it was human fatigue, but the damage to the program's reputation was irreversible. Buyers began to back away. The F-20, once hailed as the future of affordable air dominance, began to fade from the spotlight. The US government continued selling F-16s to allies, and Northrop's dream slowly died. But the legacy of the F-20 didn't vanish, it lived on in the lessons it taught. Its radar and avionics inspired future generations of fighter jets. Its lightweight, high-thrust design influenced modern aircraft that came decades later. The Tigershark was a glimpse into what air combat could have been: fast, efficient, and precise. Even today, aviation experts speak of the F-20 with a kind of reverence. They call it the best fighter that never entered production. It wasn't because it failed, it was because it never got the chance to prove itself. In test after test, it outperformed the F-16 in takeoff time, acceleration, and simplicity of maintenance. The F-20 could be fueled, armed, and ready for another mission in just a fraction of the time other jets needed. That kind of efficiency is priceless in wartime, but the world never saw what the Tigershark could truly do in combat. Imagine a formation of F-20s slicing through the blue sky, sunlight reflecting off their wings, their engines roaring in unison. Below, the world watches in awe. That's what the Tigershark represented: precision and pride in motion. For the pilots who flew it, it was a machine of pure confidence. They said it didn't fight against you, it fought with you. You could feel every vibration, every roll, every turn as if the aircraft were alive. And when you pushed it to its limits, it responded like a predator unleashed. It was, in every sense, a pilot's fighter: agile, reliable, and exhilarating. And perhaps that's why its story still echoes today. Because the F-20 wasn't just a jet, it was a symbol of what happens when innovation meets politics. When brilliance gets buried by bureaucracy. It's a reminder that sometimes, the greatest warriors never make it to the battlefield. But here, on Wings of War, we remember them. We honor the machines that could have changed the course of history. The F-20 Tigershark remains one of those rare legends, a fighter built for greatness but held back by fate. As the sun sets behind an airbase runway, you can almost imagine it, the faint hum of an engine that once promised to dominate the sky. The silver frame glinting in the last light, the wind whispering through its wings. It's gone, but never forgotten. So the next time you look up and see a jet streaking across the clouds, remember the one that could have been king, the one that was faster, smarter, and deadlier than all the rest. The F-20 Tigershark, the real king of the sky. This is Wings of War, where every roar tells a story, every machine carries a legend, and every flight reminds us why we look to the skies. Subscribe, share, and keep flying with us, because the sky belongs to those who dare to dream.